In this video, we will discuss about some problem on conservation of mechanical energy in spring. To simulate car accidents, auto manufacturers study the collisions of moving cars with mounted springs of different spring constants. Consider a typical simulation with a car of mass 1000 kg moving with a speed of 18 km per hour on a smooth road. Suppose this is the car and the car is moving with a speed of 18 km per hour in this direction, and this is the spring. Spring is attached to this rigid support, and the car collide with the spring. The car colliding with a horizontally mounted spring of spring constant 6.25 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter. Spring constant of this spring is given 6.25 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter. The question is, what is the maximum compression of the spring? So in this problem, the mass of the car is given. Mass of the car is equal to 1000 kg. Speed of the car is given, that is v equal to 18 km per hour. If you convert into meter per second, multiply with 5 by 18, so it will be 5 meter per second. And the spring constant is given 6.25 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter. Suppose the maximum compression of the spring is xm. Now you can use conservation of mechanical energy formula for the conservation of mechanical energy, that is kinetic energy of this car. Applying conservation of mechanical energy, the kinetic energy of this car is equal to the potential energy of this spring. The kinetic energy of this car is equal to half mv square, and potential energy of this spring is equal to half kxm square. This we have deduced in the previous video. So you can calculate xm, that is equal to m by k square root into v, and putting the value of m and k and v, we can find out xm, that is the maximum compression of this spring, will be equal to 2 meter. So in this problem we have considered that the spring is massless and the surface is frictionless. Now we consider the friction. In the previous problem we have considered there is no friction between the car and the surface, but now we will consider there is friction between the car and the surface. That means we will consider the frictional force. So consider the previous example as we have discussed, and taking the coefficient of friction mu to be 0.5, calculate the maximum compression of the spring. So you have here, in addition to the spring force, you will have another force, that is the frictional force. Here you cannot use conservation of mechanical energy because frictional force is non-conservative. So you should note that conservation of mechanical energy is only for conservative force like the spring force or gravitational force. But in case of frictional force, which is non-conservative, you cannot apply conservation of mechanical energy. So here what you use? Here you can use the work energy theorem. That is, the total work done is equal to the change in kinetic energy. What is the total work done? Here the total work done is the work done by the spring force plus the work done by the frictional force. So work done by the spring force plus the work done by the frictional force will be equal to the change in kinetic energy of the car. As you have discussed the work done by the spring force, what will be the work done by the spring force? That is equal to minus half kxm square. And what is the work done by the frictional force? That is equal to minus mu mg into xm. These expressions we have reduced in the previous video. So the total work done will be equal to minus half kxm square, that is the work done by the spring force, plus minus mu mg into xm, that is the work done by the frictional force, and that is equal to the change in kinetic energy, that is final kinetic energy minus the initial kinetic energy. The final kinetic energy is 0 because final velocity is equal to 0, and initial kinetic energy is half mv square. So now you can rearrange the terms and you will get that this is a quadratic equation, and you can solve the quadratic equation to find the value of xm, and here we have taken positive square root because xm is positive. So putting the value of mu m g k v, we get xm, that is the maximum compression of the spring will be equal to 1.35 meter. You should note that in the previous problem we have found out the maximum compression of the spring is 2 meter, but here we have found out that the maximum compression of the spring is 1.35 meter. So due to friction, the value of the maximum compression decreases from 2 meter to 1.35 meter. So from this problem we got another idea about the conservation of mechanical energy for non-conservative and conservative force. We have reduced the conservation of mechanical energy for conservative force, that is the total energy is equal to conserved. Total mechanical energy is equal to conserved. That is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy will be conserved. Now we will discuss what will be the statement for or the expression for the conservation of mechanical energy for both forces, that is conservative force and non-conservative force. Suppose Fc is the conservative force, like your spring force, your gravitational force which is conservative, and suppose Fnc is the non-conservative force, that is your frictional force. And you can use work energy theorem, that is the total work done is equal to the change in kinetic energy. Total work done here means the work done by the conservative force plus the work done by the non-conservative force, which will be equal to the change in kinetic energy. So what will be the work done by the conservative force? Work done by the conservative force will be equal to conservative force into displacement, Fc into delta x. And what will be the work done by the non-conservative force? Fnc, the force due to non-conservative force, into delta x. And the change in kinetic energy is equal to delta k. But we have deduced in the previous video that work done by conservative force is equal to negative of the change in potential energy, that is Fc into delta x is equal to minus delta v. So here you can replace minus delta v, and if you take minus delta v to this side, this will be equal to delta k plus delta v, or delta into k plus v, or Fnc into delta x, that is work done by the non-conservative force, is equal to change in the mechanical energy, that is Fnc into delta x is equal to delta E, or Wnc. This is nothing but the work done by non-conservative force. So Wnc is equal to delta E, or that is work done by non-conservative force, is equal to the total change in mechanical energy. So the work done by non-conservative force is equal to the total change in mechanical energy can be written as Ef minus Ei, that is the total mechanical energy, final mechanical energy minus total initial mechanical energy. So here you should note that the work done by non-conservative force depends on the particular path, that is initial path and final path, that is the path in which direction the path is moving, or you are taking the path you have to take in non-conservative force. But while calculating the work done by conservative force, it is independent of path. So this is the difference between the work done by non-conservative force and conservative force. In non-conservative force, you should consider the path, and by conservative force, you should not consider the path, or it is independent of the path. It only depends upon the initial and final point.